Howdy folks, welcome to the F4, otherwise known as the Wreckfest car at Summit Point, which is a very small circuit, so I can only imagine it's going to become more of a Wreckfest. So let's crack on with the guide. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show you, not the laps tab, we'll show you the info tab. We are using the fixed Summit Point setup from iRacing, as I always do with these guides. Not too bad. I've always found these setups are normally pretty competitive in the open session as well, so I'm more than happy to use it in the open sessions. Track temp of 85 Fahrenheit, which is nice and cool, and a moderate usage of 44% on the track, which is what I always use for these guides. Now, the lap I'm going to show you is my last lap, and it's a 108.661. Reason I'm showing you that one, because we did an 8.5 as well, because that had a slight mistake in it. This one had a slight mistake on the last corner, which is very important considering the update we got in Season 4 2023 with regards to gravel traps. There used to be a few places around this circuit where you could potentially cut and nip onto the gravel track a little bit, and it didn't affect your lap time too much. That has all changed now. Avoid gravel traps all over the place, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I think in the mid to high 8s is where I'm going to be. So you can see that I went out on learning the track, did a load of 9s, then nipped into the 8s with low fuel, got a new car, and was straight into the 8.8 straight away on the third lap. And then a low 9, and then back into the 8s again. So I think 8s once we get going and things like that. Cold tyres around here, particularly on the last corner, be cautious of that. And turn 1 braking cold rear tyres, that can really catch you out as well, so bear that in mind. What else do I show you? Oh, I don't show you, but I tell you about my Discord. Links are downstairs in the description. OLAP, BLAP, telemetry, and replay file will all be in there should you need to use it, if you want to focus on a certain area or corner of the lap. And also Garage 61 links are downstairs as well, because that is an online telemetry tool that is free to use at the moment, and it's very, very useful to see telemetry. Like you can compare my lap with your lap, so you can see exactly what I'm doing with the pedals and the steering input as well, which is very, very, very useful. Not affiliated with them, just think it's a great addition to these track guides, so they're very, very handy. Otherwise, I think that's everything, so yeah, let's crack on with the breakdown lap. Right, Summit Point in the F4 is going to be it's going to be a crash fest, let's be honest. Long start-finish rate considering the size of the circuit, so bear that in mind when you're preparing for dive bombs into this corner. But we're using the 3 cone there, just as a braking marker, braking a nice heavy straight line. You can use a little bit of the track there on the left-hand side if you want to open up the turning, but I didn't really find it benefits that much. Be careful of the apex, it's very, very bumpy, so be careful about putting them down on power and not losing the rear end through here. Let the car drift out to sort of mid-circuit, no point going all the way out there because you're just elongating the track for no purpose. Keep it to the right-hand side now for the very fast turn 3. Well, I say very fast, relative to the circuit, I mean, but we're using this little service road right here, just at the end of it. We're dabbing the brakes down to 4th, a little bit of a curb here whereas you go through the apex. Be careful about running wide. You used to be able to run wide and it didn't affect you too much. Now the gravel trap is like glue, so do not touch the gravel trap, you will lose momentum. Keep it to the left-hand side of the circuit as we come over the crest here, because this little kink here is flat out, but we need to get the braking sorted out. So turn in, full throttle, be careful on cold tires as well through here, but as soon as you see this straight line there of the white line on the right-hand side, brake down it nice and heavy and easy. Do not lock a front tire, and again, be careful of dive bombs into this corner. Try and get a late apex to keep to the left hand side of the circuit, because you kind of want to compromise it to make sure we can get this one right. The start of where the tire barrier sort of gets a bit thicker, that's when we want to brake again and easy through here. Again, do not touch too much of the curb. It is like Mount Everest through there, so be cautious. Let the car drift out to sort of mid-left circuit now, but make sure you get a full flat-out bit on this one. It can get a little bit hairy around here with the rear end, so be cautious about that. You see it, and this is where I want to compromise this corner, stay far left to really open this very fast turn 9, which should be flat out, so just be cautious. Try not to hit too much curb because it can ruin your momentum as I do there, but make sure you use all of the circuit here on the left-hand side, just just to minimize any scrub on the tire. Keep it to the left-hand side because there is literally no point in moving from this position, because the last corner is a right-hander, and this last corner is very, very important to get a good lap time because obviously it leads on to the massive start-finish straight. So just as the grass changes its texture there, just a little bit of dab on the brakes here, nice and gently, get on full throttle as soon as you can, a little tick over the apex curb, and you can use all of this runoff here. I do touch the gravel trap, but only on my rear tire, so it's not too bad, but trying to avoid the gravel trap as always. That is it, done and dusted. If you get a good slingshot out of that last corner, you can actually overtake them before the start-finish line there, but that's us in a 108.661. As mentioned, it's going to be a survival fest around here. It's a very, very tight circuit, and the main straight does offer a lot of slipstream considering the size of the circuit, so I do expect some carnage around here. Close racing is always around here, and in F4, generally that means everyone's going to try and overtake at every single possibility, but make sure you see that checker flag because that's going to be key, obviously, and fingers crossed this has helped you out, and you can like and subscribe to the video before you disappear. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one.